I just realized there's another goal for the coming year, and especially if COVID-19 is going to come to an end. There's something I want to take with me from the pandemic, and that is that we need to rock the boat more. So many people just want to beat along with the music, that even though they could be doing a whole lot better. I talked about in the last video how I sometimes don't negotiate the best terms at my workplace or when I do gigs online because everything is beating, and I don't want to break that beat, right? I talked about how as a private tutor, I often lose clients because I do too well and I get them through the door and I don't get as many hours as I could have. And I talked about some ways to get around that problem. I do that a lot actually. Too many times I fold because I don't want to break the beat of the music. I was living in an apartment just like this one, but in New York at one point, and I was sharing the unit with a much older person actually, and he was concerned about me plugging in a crock pot, just like that one over there, during the day when I was at work. And it was annoying that I couldn't cook when I was at work because I spent a lot of time at the office at the time, and I completely folded to him. I should have stood up for myself, maybe even shown him the owner's manual or whatever the case is. That was 7 years ago. I still have that problem to this day. Many years ago, I used to have a big problem with giving money to panhandlers, giving a lot more than I can afford sometimes. I was living in downtown Pittsburgh at the time, and we have a lot of panhandlers. They're just like any other city. Here in Wallace, Idaho, we don't have to deal with that. But I would easily get entertained by some of these people. And one of the big problems I ran into is that if you give to one panhandler, all of a sudden a dozen will come out and beg from you because they know that in your mind you have to be fair and you have to give to the others, right? And I ran into that problem a few times, and I've made it a rule to not give to panhandlers anymore because it's just such a problem. I mean, I do contribute in other ways to helping some of the problems that we have in the city, but I don't give to panhandlers anymore because I've been hounded too much by that problem. I'll give to one, and then others will just surround me. And obviously, that raises some safety issues. I had a problem when I was last year before we locked down. I had gone to the library, and this guy, he had asked me if I could watch his stuff, and I've done that a million times. I didn't think that would be a problem. I'll let you think about what the problem was. Well, he went away for like an hour, and he had some pretty high-end electronics. I don't know why he thought he could trust any random person to watch. I guess that's to my credit. You know, I look honest or something like that. But you see, I've never asked anybody to watch my stuff. If it really is that important, I would take it with me, right? I mean, this guy didn't have a disability or anything. He didn't sound like he was in a hurry. I don't know why people ask others to watch their stuff. Is it some kind of social connection that people get out of it? Is it some kind of belonging in the community? I don't know. But he left for an hour, and what was really it was bad enough that he left for an hour. But if he had come back and apologized that he got distracted, yeah, I might have been able to accept that. Problem is, he came back and I asked him if he was okay because I wanted to kind of tell him that, you know, this fuck you, you know. But I said it in a polite way, right? Are you okay? I did, as if maybe he got into an accident or whatever the case is, right? But he didn't get the message. He puts his stuff down. He had gone out to get some lunch or something. He puts his lunch down, and then he walks away without his electronics again. I say, "Excuse me," and he's like, "No, I'm just going to the bathroom." And now I'm really emotionally hurt because I feel violated. It's not even so much that for the 2 minutes he's in the bathroom, it's more that he doesn't respect that somebody's watching his stuff. I feel violated, to say the least. But what I could have done was rock the boat, say, and even get up and leave, even if I didn't have to, right? I had another time when I had gone to a conference, and one of my colleagues was chatting with me. This was in Macau, and I kept getting bit by mosquitoes where I was standing. This was outside of the building, the hotel we were staying at and holding the conference at. And I continued to allow myself get bit for 20, 30, 40 minutes, if I remember correctly, until I finally got very angry, and it didn't come out my mouth correctly. Had I mentioned it when it first happened, I probably wouldn't have been so frustrated and angry. That's a big problem I deal with a lot. I keep holding stuff in until it explodes. I do that a lot, and I need to stop doing that. But the reason I mentioned rocking the boat is that I had a friend of mine, an old classmate of mine, and I didn't think he should be going home to his family. He had family members who were at high risk, and I was telling him about that, and he said, "Well, but his parents are going anyway. It's not going to add any more risk if he goes." But in my opinion, I thought he should have rocked the boat. Just let your parents go and let them be stupid. Even though it might not add to any risk, you don't want to be contributing to the problem, right? I was mentioning how we're close enough that I can talk to him like this. I wouldn't recommend saying this to anybody, but I said, I think it's because too many people are not willing to rock the boat that we end up having so many people traveling when it really isn't worth it because everybody else is doing it, and they don't want to rock the boat of the people around them, right? Google this, Abilene's paradox. Google it. It basically shows how everybody can behave irrationally simply because nobody is willing to rock the boat. Everybody prefers something else, but nobody is willing to rock the boat. That's a big problem of mine. A lot of times when I get into situations like that, I bet the person who wanted me to watch his stuff had another solution too. He wasn't willing to rock the boat, I wasn't willing to rock the boat, and we went down the suboptimal path, right? I'm sure he didn't want his electronics to be out of his sight. He probably has gotten into this habit of watching people's stuff or having other people watch his stuff that he just can't really think any differently. I don't know. Or the people at my workplace, they probably... I was working at a tutoring center when this happened. Certainly that my manager doesn't want us to lose any hours simply because I'm good at what I'm doing, right? So it's basically... When you refuse to rock the boat, you're hurting everybody around you, right? It's kind of like refusing to wear a mask, right? So please, rock the boat. Thanks for watching.